It was September 19, 2017, a date etched into the memory of all Mexicans. Just weeks after another powerful quake had shaken the region, the earth struck again, this time with devastating force right near the heart of the nation. Central Mexico, including the sprawling metropolis of Mexico City, felt the earth open beneath its feet. In mid-afternoon, as children were in classrooms and adults were at work, the ground began to tremble, first gently, then violently. Buildings swayed like reeds in the wind. The city's heartbeat raced as familiar streets became unstable underfoot. In moments, the ordinary became frighteningly uncertain.
This was no mild tremor. The earthquake measured a very strong magnitude, intense enough to level structures, rupture streets, and send aftershocks rolling through the valley and surrounding highlands. In urban high-rises and rural adobe homes alike, the shaking was violent and unrelenting for many seconds. People spilled into the streets clutching cell phones, pets, children, anything that reminded them where they stood just moments before. Even seasoned residents, familiar with seismic risk, were shaken in disbelief by the ferocity and timing of this event.
In Mexico City's dense neighborhoods, many structures were already weakened from past earthquakes. As the ground rolled, those stresses became fractures. Concrete and brick splintered. Facades buckled. Plumes of dust rose like smoke from every corner of the city. Schools, hospitals, apartment buildings, once symbols of community life, became dangerous ruins within minutes. In the historic center, centuries-old facades collapsed in cascades of stone, as if the city's history was being pulled apart by the ground itself. The toll was heartbreaking. Hundreds were killed, many more were injured, and thousands were suddenly homeless or displaced. Entire families, celebrating birthdays or finishing work, found their reality shifted in an instant.
Within minutes of the quake, the air filled with the roar of sirens, shouts, and the grinding sound of concrete grinding against earth. Rescuers raced into devastated blocks with axes, ropes, and determination. Neighbors became first responders. Strangers lifted beams, cleared debris, and called out names through the dust. Dog handlers and volunteers joined the search for survivors beneath the rubble. Every cleared wall could reveal relief, a trapped child, a shaken parent, a rescued friend, or tragedy. Across the city, teams worked day and night, driven not just by duty but by a collective urgency. Somebody out there is still alive.
Across Mexico, and far beyond its borders, the world watched. Messages of support poured in. Aid teams arrived. Supplies moved by land and air. Yet the first and most powerful response came from within, ordinary citizens who threw themselves into rescue, shelters, food lines, and communications networks. In parks and plazas, medical stations and donation centers sprang up, stocked with water, blankets, diapers, food, and bandages. Strangers shared homes and hearts. In the midst of destruction, compassion became the lifeline that sustained the wounded, the displaced, and the fearful.
Mexico, and especially Mexico City, sits atop ancient lakebed sediments, soft ground that amplifies seismic waves more intensely than rock. Even earthquakes hundreds of kilometers away can shake megacities hard, and this one was close enough that the energy hit both valley and mountain with tremendous force. The timing, in the middle of the day, meant workplaces and schools were filled with people, amplifying the human impact. This earthquake was a brutal reminder that seismic risk is never distant in this part of the world, it is woven into the land and the lives that live upon it.
In the weeks that followed, the rubble was cleared, and rebuilding began. Engineers and architects reviewed building codes. Communities planned new safety drills. Families repaired homes or built new ones. Children returned to schools that had been reinforced or rebuilt. The loss remained. The fear lingered. But so did a remarkable determination to rebuild better, safer, stronger. For many, the phrase 19S became shorthand not just for tragedy, but for unity, courage, and renewal.
Earthquakes do not just shake the ground, they shake souls, routines, memories, and futures. The Central Mexico earthquake of September 19, 2017 was one such event, sudden, violent, heartbreaking, and unforgettable. But out of those tremors came solidarity. Out of that dust came stories of bravery. Out of that loss came a deeper commitment to life, community, and readiness. In Mexico, the earth still moves beneath every step. But its people have learned, through grief and grit, how to stand again.